Pokemon Legends ZA's combat system is a complete failure, and not only because Pokemon Legends ZA is the worst action game released in at least the last decade, but because it's so meaningless. There's no reason to invest into a combat system that no one is going to be playing a month from now because the game was very poorly.
I feel like this dude is 2 weeks behind in life. Everyone that's complained about it's complained about it. Everyone that's looked at the windows has looked at the windows. We get it. Some people don't like it. Whoa, the dislike ratio is pretty heavy on this. And it's kind of funny because on Metacritic, the user score for ZA is pretty low. So there should be nearly everyone agreeing with him, but, you know, guess not.
And the only competitive mode being a 4-man battle royale is going to turn off a lot of competitive players because it really reduces skill expression since you have no real way to strategize and it just becomes a base stat checking gank box. And I'm also thinking that they probably made it this way because 1v1s just do not function with how broken the core combat system is. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I wanted to get into competitive Pokemon Legends ZA, and I still find it fascinating because there's so many changes in this game that there's a lot of strategy to dive into and uncover.
Not gonna lie though, this guy sounds way too articulate to be messing around as a predator or something. Again, it just sounds like I'd be covering someone who complains about games, and you know, you're allowed to complain about games. But I don't even think I'd put this in a not winning episode shared with everyone. This
and potentially change up the meta or change up how people play to a significant degree. But also you can just kind of tell from like the tier list and everyone running Garchomp and the same Pokemon, and Glaceon is even viable now as a counterpick to common Pokemon like Dragonite. Now, I don't think anything is representative of the true competitive potential of this game at this time, but exploring that is going to take so much work because the system was so completely revamped. One thing I discovered is a hidden speed stat. So the overworld movement speed of...
Let's have a look. Let me have a look at his post. Where are you at in the... Finished. Please watch this whole video, like and share. Harassment. So he covers people that harass people too. He's a cheater. Give me a look at this.
So what's going on here? I took all of the examples of wolf click cheating and I...
Holy crap. Look at that dislike ratio. Is this a case of the boy cried wolf? Again, this could be a person that we could cover on an episode of Not Winning that covers multiple people and their losses and stuff, but I'm not getting any predator vibes. I do see the whole kind of furry thing going on, but there are some people associated with that aren't insane, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me listen to the start of this video. Let me see.
Nice thread. One link.
Wait, let me see the comments. Where in the clip you show the Pokemon officials discussing RNG map did they say it's against the rules? What advantage was gained? So they cope. They're a coping mechanism, basically. They just cope.
Don't have to sift through a video. There you go. Everything about wolf click cheating, starting at the beginning with 2012, where we can see at the World Finals, just shiny legendary Pokemon, full team of shiny Pokemon, Generation 5. No way that is ever...
Well, as interesting as this sounds, it must be incorrect.
Ever possibly legit. Tornadus and Thundurus can do slow play. It doesn't matter with like the move selection timer. You can't use the full move selection timer every single... So I've been getting into competitive Pokemon Legends ZA, and my first thoughts are similar to a lot of other people's.
Wait, don't you hate it?
Speed seems really bad. That sure, it lowers cooldown, but you've got other buttons to press, so by the time you're finished using other moves, that move is already back up, regardless of what your Pokemon's speed is. So
I'm not gonna lie. I just feel sorry for this person. This seems like a very unenjoyable way to be a YouTuber. Everyone just disliking your videos. Screw that. Not them.